She caught you off guard, and now you're wondering how to make her see what she's missing. Forget your cries of desperation and texts that are rude. We're going to explore the strange world of Stoicism and reverse psychology. Imagine if she used her own doubts to spark things up again while staying cool as a cucumber. Get ready, because we're about to change the story of the breakup. Let's find out how to make her really regret letting you go. Number 1, ignore her. Have you ever wished you could get a response from someone who seems to have ignored you? Here's an unexpected way to do it. Do not answer them back until you think this is crazy. It may seem counterintuitive to ignore someone who is avoiding you, but it can be very useful. Here's why. Instead of getting upset about their lack of interest, use this as a chance to work on yourself. It's not a punishment for them, but a chance to grow as a person. Don't think too much about their silence. Instead, use it as a chance to show how patient and wise you are. This is your chance to get stronger emotionally. Think about your values. Why don't you respond emotionally? By doing that, you're taking charge of your own story. Remember that trying to get attention in this situation is like playing a useless game. The real goal is to develop self-control and inner peace. You are the lead role in this play called life. Tell your story with grace, determination, and wisdom. Take it as a step toward being more tough. Stoicism means focusing on the things you can change, like your own thoughts and deeds. You can't change how other people act, but you can change how you respond to it. Ignoring someone who ignores you isn't about getting back at them. It's about choosing not to get caught up in a negative cycle. It's about rising above the situation and focusing on your own well-being. Use this time to think about what you can do to improve yourself and what healthier relationships you can invest your energy in. Remember that silence can be powerful. It can be a place for self-discovery and growth. So the next time someone ignores you, take a moment to think creating a clear and permanent divide is the goal in order to get away from the emotional turmoil of unwanted attention. Using this strategy means making the firm decision to stop all attempts to contact her. This includes not only not calling or texting her, but also promptly ending any responses to her communication attempts. It's an intentional effort to disengage, especially when faced with unresponsiveness, in situations where both parties share the same social circle. The approach also includes minimizing any unnecessary interruptions. This means avoiding eye contact and keeping a clear mental and social distance. The goal is not only to physically separate them, but also to send a subtle message that they care more about their mental health than trying to get her attention over and over again. Cutting off contact is not an act of hostility, but a way to protect oneself. It gives the person back control of their feelings and helps them grow as a person by showing them that they can be strong in the face of lack of interest. In a way, the process becomes an ode to strength and self-worth. Stopping communication is a smart way to get your emotions back in balance. It's a statement that you're not going to be affected by the emotional turmoil that comes with unrequited feelings. By setting this boundary, the person sets themselves on a path of healing and self-discovery, sending a message to the woman and, perhaps more importantly, to themselves that their own health comes first. Number 3, go out and have fun. If you want to get over your emotional problems and focus on your own health again, one effective strategy is to go out and have fun. Start by doing things that make you happy and fulfill you, whether it's a movie night, playing sports, or just taking a stroll in the park. Doing things you genuinely enjoy is important. If you want to make these moments even better, invite friends to share them with you. Getting ahead in social circles is a result of these ventures that help you feel like you've grown and accomplished things. In the end, the most important thing is to put yourself first by doing things that make you feel good and remind you of your worth. Having fun and being open to new things are important things to do. Sixth, stay emotionally stable by keeping a positive attitude, building resilience, and reminding yourself of what an important person you are. Messing around. When someone turns you down, do you ever want to make them feel bad about their choice by using threats or guilt trips? This is especially true in relationships. Marcus Aurelius's philosophy of Stoicism is a powerful way to avoid emotional manipulation. Here's why. Manipulation might make you feel in control for a short time, but it creates an unhealthy dynamic because it focuses on controlling someone else's emotions and actions instead of accepting your own and dealing with them in a healthy way. This can backfire, pushing the other person further away and hurting trust. Instead of trying to make your ex regret their choice, Stoicism tells you to think about yourself and deal with your own feelings. Say that you're hurt or angry, but do it in a way that shows you accept their choice. Don't put the blame on your ex. Instead, be honest about how you feel by saying things like, "I feel sad that things didn't work out." This doesn't mean holding your feelings in. Stoicism tells you to recognize them, but also pick how to respond. Let yourself feel the pain of losing the relationship, but don't let it take over your life. Instead, focus on the things you can change, like your thoughts, actions, and responses. It's important to take care of yourself. Put things you enjoy first. Spend time with loved ones, and try new hobbies. This not only helps you heal, but it also shows how strong and independent you are. Remember that Marcus Aurelius stressed the value of virtue. Treating your ex with respect, even if the relationship ended, shows that you are emotionally mature and lets you have a fresh start. Breakups are hard, but you can get through this tough time with strength and grace if you avoid manipulation and follow the Stoic ideals. Working on yourself and your mental health can help you get better and lead to future happiness based on good communication and self-respect. Number 7. If you want to move on from the thoughts of a woman who doesn't seem interested, you should get rid of her from your mind. One way to do this is to focus on your own growth instead of her. The idea behind this method is that you can start the process of change by actively directing your emotions towards self-improvement and taking charge of your emotions. The first step is to consciously turn your attention away from the woman and toward yourself. Instead of focusing on how you feel about being rejected or not being cared about, you should focus on self-reflection and improving yourself. This starts with making a list of personal goals, which will serve as a guide for the journey of personal growth. The second part of this method is the taking of active steps to meet these goals. Getting started on a new job or hobby is a good way to release stress and boost creativity. Doing things that help you reach your personal goals not only takes his mind off of the woman, but it also makes him feel like achievement and happiness. This process is strengthened even more by planning and doing things that involve spending quality time with loved ones. Sharing memories and social ties with family and friends can help you feel better and create a good space for personal growth. The realization slowly dawns that the woman who seems uninterested isn't important when compared to the many parts of a happy life, and taking time to think about how to improve oneself. Encourages a positive outlook by identifying areas for improvement and taking steps to improve oneself. This leads to a newfound sense of self-worth, which becomes a powerful tool for drawing attention away from the woman's lack of interest in showing her value through self-improvement. Endeavors sends a message that is modest but strong. It sends the message that personal improvement is important no matter what other people say. This change in focus not only helps people get away from feelings that aren't shared, but it also boosts their self-esteem. Getting rid of her from your mind is a planned process based on self-improvement. By focusing on personal goals, you can improve your mood and adopt an upbeat outlook. Doing things that make you happy and building relationships with other people. The mental hold slowly fades. Focusing on getting better becomes not only a way to pass the time, but also a way to change. Number 10. Your journey to a more confident and strong you. Feel sad about the end of the relationship. Life can be unpredictable, and sometimes those unpredictable events hit you right in the heart. Breakups are a messy and painful part of life. Being tough. An old philosophy doesn't tell you to avoid your pain. Instead, it faces it head-on and gives you advice on how to deal with it in a way that helps you heal and move on. Imagine that your relationship was a treasured item that brought you happiness, comfort, and maybe even a sense of safety. Now that it's gone, it's normal to feel like a part of you is missing. Don't hold your feelings inside. Sadness, anger, and confusion. All of them are true, and hiding them won't make them go away. It will just make them fester, and the Stoics believed in embracing their passions, which means feeling them. But here's the thing. Feeling something doesn't mean being controlled by it. You can be sad without letting it consume you, and you can be angry without lashing out. That's where Stoicism comes in. It reminds us that even though we can't change outside events like a breakup, we can change how we react to them inside. Imagine that you are sad about the end of a relationship. It's okay to cry or vent to a friend to give yourself time to process. But Stoicism tells you to take a step back and ask yourself, what can I control in this situation? You have power over what you do, how you take care of yourself, and how you think. You can't make someone get back together with you, but you can treat yourself well and make good habits a priority. You can find comfort in friends and family, as well as in exercise, good sleep, and things you enjoy. You can choose to think about the good things in your life, the things that make you happy outside of the relationship. Sadness takes time, so don't rush it. Stoicism isn't about hiding your feelings and acting like everything is fine. It's about recognizing your feelings while taking steps to heal. It's about facing the truth and making a clear, strong decision about how to move forward. Remember that breakups happen, but they don't define you. You deserve love and happiness, and by processing your emotions in a healthy way, you'll be well on your way to finding it again. Number 11. Don't let your emotions get in the way. Dealing with the complexities of human dynamics, especially when you're being ignored, requires a nuanced approach based on Stoic principles. Stoicism, which stresses staying calm and emotionally strong, can teach us a lot about how to behave when we are ignored. The Stoic method encourages a controlled response and tells people not to give in to their feelings. It may be hard to stay emotionally neutral when someone doesn't care about you, but Stoicism says that staying calm is the best thing to do in those situations. When you take a Stoic attitude, you stress the importance of deep thought over emotional outbursts. Stoicism says that staying calm is the most important thing, and that becoming more self-aware is more important than responding emotionally to what you think is neglect. The Stoic philosophy tells people to focus on themselves. By doing this, they can find mental balance and handle situations with grace and respect, according to Stoic wisdom. Being kind and polite is still recommended even if you don't care about the other person. This means recognizing their actions, without letting them control how you act. A person who is tough asks the person who is avoiding them about their health or show that they are ready to converse with everyone while keeping their cool. Stoicism tells people not to look for approval or support from other people. Stoicism stresses how important it is to stick to your values, and if someone doesn't respect them, you should stay calm and make decisions that are in line with your beliefs. It also tells people not to let other people's actions make them angry or show weakness. Instead, they should focus on finding and strengthening their own inner strength and confidence. Stoicism teaches that deeds and thoughts about oneself should not be changed by what other people do. Stoicism is based on the idea that you should focus on your actions and views, that you can change and accept things that you can't change, like other people's actions. This fits with the wise ideas of the Stoics: justice, courage, and temperance in interpersonal relationships. It helps people emotionally distance themselves from situations they can't change. It builds inner strength that can handle outside challenges. In essence, Stoicism teaches people how to react to being ignored with poise and confidence. It tells people to ignore what other people do, focus on their own strengths, and follow the rules of kindness and courtesy by taking these Stoic lessons to heart. If you can handle the complicated relationships between people with a calm and strong attitude, the wisdom of Stoicism becomes a guiding light that leads people to a state of inner harmony and self-confidence, no matter what other people do. Put away your mind games and tricks. Marcus Aurelius's idea of true Stoicism is about self-control and emotional mastery. Even though it might hurt, her choice is a chance for you to shine. Spend money on yourself to improve your life and feel more confident. Trust us, when she sees how great you've become, guilt might just come knocking. But remember that the real prize is your happiness. So are you ready to write your own epic comeback story? Share your tips for getting better at yourself in the comments and join the cause.